Hello, my wonderful students. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing great and you're keeping safe. Today, we'll be talking about the topic memorandum, and the subtopics we're going to treat includes purposes of memorandum, features of memorandum, examples of memorandum, and types of letters. At the end of today's lesson, the student should be able to explain the meaning of memorandum, list the purpose of memorandum, state the special features of memorandum, and mention types of letter. What is memorandum? Memorandum is a Latin word that is gotten from the word memorandum. The short form of it is memo, which is gotten from the word memorandum, and it simply means to remember. When you are passing message from one person to another, or from the management to group of people within an organization, is known as memorandum. Memorandum is an internal means of communication within an organization. Like I said, memorandum is a means of passing message from one person to another or group within an organization. It is a word that is gotten from the word memorandum. The short form of it is memo, and it means to be remembered. What are the purposes of memorandum? Number one, what do we use memorandum for in an organization? We use it to make reports on an action. Whenever anything happened in the business organization, we use memorandum to make reports of what's transpired between those involved or among those involved. We use memorandum to raise a question. When someone has been coming to work late, or he did not take permission or anything, they can ask questions that why should the punishment not be melted on him. He or she should explain why it should not be so. And the person in question will respond to the question raised for the purpose of clarification. We use memorandum as well to ask for explanation. In a situation whereby some issues crop up in an organization, like the institution of like our own school, if anything comes up, the memo can be used to ask the both parties to explain what really happened. And it is used to ask for permission on the line of duty. The employee, they use it to ask for permission from the employer, asking for permission on the line of duty. They just don't write just anyhow. They use it as a form of taking permission, because they can't leave their duty post just anyhow until they are given permission to leave. Otherwise, a query will be raised and they will be asked to give an explanation why should they not be sanctioned, or why should they not be punished concerning what happened. Let's look at the features of memorandum. Features of memorandum. Memorandum is different from letter writing. So there are some things in memorandum that are different from the way we write a letter, business letter. In memorandum, there is no salutation and complimentary close. Salutation is dear sir or dear ma'am. There is no dear sir, there is no dear ma'am. There is no yours faithfully, there is no yours sincerely. In writing of memo, that is memorandum, the heading include, you write to, that is the person the letter is being written to, the memo is being written to, then from the person that is writing the memo, then the date the memo is being written, and the main reason for writing the memo, which is the subject. They serve as the headings that you will use in writing memo, the first alphabet must be in capital letter. And if you choose, you can still write everything in capital letter, but it is compulsory for you to write the first alphabet of each of these heading in capital letter. And don't forget, there is no salutation, no complimentary closing. That is, no dear Sam, no dear ma, and no yours faithfully, neither yours sincerely. In memo writing, you will make your reason for writing the letter known in the first sentence. Then if your memo will be single line spacing or double line spacing, it is at your discretion. It depends on the length of the memo you are writing. If it is short, it is advisable for you to use double line spacing, and if it is long, it's advisable for you to use the single line spacing. Then at the bottom of the memo, instead of writing yours faithfully or yours sincerely, what you will do is you copy those that you want to copy the letter to by writing the mark CC. This is the way you copy it. In apostrophe, you write double C. Double C means copy. Then you will write the name of those that you are sending the memo to, called recipients. There is the original person that you are writing the memo to. Then those that you copy, they're not the owner of the memo, but they are the ones that you are getting involved, or you let them be aware that you are copying the letter to the person that owns the letter. That is the feature of memorandum that we have just treated. You write copy to tell you the number of people that you copy the letter to. They're not the owner of the letter, but they're not the owner of the memo, but you copy them so that they get aware of the memo. Let's look at example of memorandum. Example of memorandum. I told you write from, to, date, subject. The example we're having here is from principal to all students. Date 12th of June 2020. The subject is announcement. And the body of the memo is, this is to inform all the students of our prestigious school that the second CBT, that is computer-based test, will come up by 5th of July 2020. That is an information that you have been given by the principal. And that the bottom feature of it will be copy the school proprietor, the school director. Are you following what I'm trying to tell you now? Here you can see the difference. You can see the difference from it when you are writing letter that you write dear sir, dear ma'am, or yours faithfully, yours sincerely. The complimentary, the bottom of this memo is copy, to copy the school proprietor, to copy the school director. Let's look at another example whereby it is the director that is writing the memo to all members of staff on the 4th of June 2020. And the subject, that is the body, what the memo is all about, is schedule of meeting. That is notification of meeting. And this is to inform the entire members of staff of the scheduled meeting slate. This is to ensure that all the members of staff, they attend the meeting on the scheduled date. And that was why it was written from the director to all members of staff, putting the dates that it was being written and the subject as the schedule of meeting. The bottom of this, who the director is copying, is the proprietor. Do you now understand this now? He copied the proprietor. That is about memorandum. So we are going to look at the type of letter in our next class, but we want to just take the type of letter, then we'll look into it in-depthly in our next class. The types of letter we're going to look at is formal letter, which is business letter in business studies, informal letter, which is personal letter in business studies, and semi-formal letter. We have come to the end of today's lesson, but let's quickly have a recap of what we treated. we treated the word memorandum. I said memorandum is the passage of message from one person to another or group of people in an organization. And it is a word, memo, that comes from memorandum. It means to remember. And the purpose of memorandum includes it is used to make report of an action, it is used to raise question, it is used to ask question for explanation, it is used to ask for permission as well. The features of memorandum includes there is no salutation or complimentary greeting. Then it is different from letter. You write to, from, date, and subject. And you make the reasons why you are writing the letter in the first sentence. And you write the bottom of the memo as the copy to show those that you are copying in writing the letter to them. Example of memorandum is the one you were given in the first instance, which is from principal to student, and the announcement on the date of 12th of June 2020, giving the information about their computer-based test. And they copied the director and the school director and the school proprietor. And the another example is writing a memo written from the director to all members of staff on the 4th of June 2020, and the subject is schedule of meeting. And the information is to inform all the entire members of the scheduled meeting that was slated for 5th of July 2020. And he has copied the proprietor to get proprietor informed of the step he took. And the types of letter we treated in formal letter, informal letter, and semi-formal letter. We have come to the end of today's class. The website, the note has been uploaded to the website. Copy it and read it for your exam. I wish you best of luck in your forthcoming examination. Stay blessed and stay